Hello everyone, this is Sensei Starman welcoming you back to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 3. Well, like any of you may have noticed, there have been a few changes since we ended the last chapter. The most obvious ones are that my party are pimped out in some rather resplendent new gear. I'm currently wearing the Blazer of Benevolence, Gloves of Power, Spring Boot Steps, and, well, still wearing my rufflesome blackguard hat. But I gave myself a +1 rapier and the +1 short bow, and am carrying all the magic scrolls that we could buy from the druid merchant.
Let's get on with it.
Shadowheart has a nice shiny new shield and mace. Lizelle still has her big axe, but I dyed her armor. And Will dyed his armor red and gave him a +1 short bow. Not that he needs it with, infinite eldritch blasts. And also gave everybody a split of the healing potions that are available. But it occurs to me that almost everybody, for the most part, doesn't really have a full complement of their spells. I've already spent all my healing, and going into a hag's lair with less than full power is going to be less than optimal. So what we're going to do this time is head back to camp after doing a short rest.
I can keep going a little longer now.
Because some of the gear that I'm holding on to will probably be very useful for Gale and Astarion, and thought we might want to trick them out as well. And I also thought taking Gale along for the ride might be a good idea, given, well, take a wizard to counter a hag. But let's talk with Astarion first.
I've been thinking, and I think there's something I should tell you. Nothing big or terrible, just a small little detail about me that hasn't come up naturally. It's just that I happen to be a, what's the best way to put this? A vampire.
But you've been walking around in the sun this whole time.
And by rights, I should be cinders, blowing in the wind. But something's protecting me. The same something that's kept us from turning into mind flayers, no doubt. But that's neither here nor there. What matters is everything's out in the open now. Because we trust each other.
Do we? Do we really? Yeah, leave my party, leave my camp if I ever see you against a stake in the chest. I absolutely categorically do not trust you. Yet you did pull a knife on me first time we met. Unfortunately, I do need all the help I can get, and I'm also practical enough to think that as much as I may not want this guy around, I want him behind me, or where I can't see him even less.
Exactly. I knew I could rely on you, just like you can rely on me. Now, was there anything else?
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, what's to tell? I'm a magistrate back in the city. It's all rather tedious.
Love the Tim Curry vibe off of the voice acting here, though.
Who knows? Drow? Mind flayers? Death? Hopefully not ours. But maybe answers. If we can convince the right people to talk.
Actually...
So, we've picked up a wizard who managed to get stuck in his own portal. Hardly a promising introduction. Sorry, but I prefer groups that are a little smaller, more intimate. Lose a follower or two, and I might consider it.
Translation: we crash the game if we've got more than 4 people.
Best be on my way.
Alright, Will, sorry, you're getting cut.
Well met. Are you sure? The blade stands at the ready. And just when things were warming up.
Sorry, but there's only room for one dashing hero on the team at the moment.
Need something? Darling, I thought you'd never ask. Lead on.
Okay, so now we have the chance to level Astarion up.
Don't touch me.
Buddy, I'm the player. I will do whatever I want to you. I will make you strip naked and dance the hula, if that is my difference. I am the PC, you are the NPC. You are my pawn! Although I do note that he does have a couple healing potions, which could be very useful for the people going into combat, but let's go ahead and get him leveled up. Because when I first declared I was going to play this, I put a vote to my followers. Should I do Bard or should I do Rogue? And Bard was the clear winner, but I do like playing Rogues in D&D as well, so this should be fun. Okay, so health goes up. He can now do Cunning Action Hide, Cunning Action Dash, Cunning Action Disengage. Okay, and it appears that his, he is an arcane trickster, so he gets magic. So let's see, for spells we got Bone Chill, Poison Spray, Ray of Frost, Shocking Grasp, Blade Ward, Friends, Dancing Lights, True Strike, Minor Illusion, and Light. And this appears to clear up a common question regarding the Arcane Trickster subclass that I've seen debated heavily on various forums. One of the requirements for the Arcane Trickster class is that you have to have the Mage Hand cantrip, but this has sparked question about, well, okay, do you spend one of your free cantrips to buy it, or do you get it for free in addition to the usual free cantrips you get when you start a spellcasting class? I think we'll go ahead and take Acid Splash because it's usually the safest damage-dealing spell. Very little is resistant to it. And we'll go ahead and take Blade Ward just because anything that... okay, apparently we do not only... I have an exclamation mark there, but it did not... Yeah, I thought that the Mage Hand was, exclamation mark there, but apparently that was just to say, hey, you haven't finished picking all your spells. Okay, well, we'll still go with Blade Ward. Okay, now for regular spells. Charm Person, Disguise Self, Tasha's Hideous Laughter, and Sleep. We'll go with Sleep, as I don't think any of our people have it yet. And Tasha's Hideous Laughter, which is always fun. And Expanded. Now we got Burning Hands, Charm Person, Chromatic Orb, Color Spray, Disguise Self, Expeditious Retreat, False Life, Featherfall, Find Familiar, Fog Cloud, Grease, Ice Knife, Enhanced Sleep, Long Strider, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, Protection from Evil and Good, Ray of Sickness, Shield, Thunder Wave, and Witch Bolt. What bolt? Witch Bolt. Yeah, I'm thinking Grease just because it's a fun, good debuff spell. And very appropriate for a trickster. Alright, so gain another spell out of Charm Person, Color Spray, and Disguise Self. We'll go with Color Spray. And we get to choose a feat. Let's see, ability improvement. We'll go with this. Make our roguey a bit more dexterous. Okay, so for gear, just a short bow and a dagger. And I'll go ahead and send this to Matthias.
Looking ahead.
Now, what do I have that might be useful for a rogue? Well, I do have this spider silk armor. I don't really have anything for weapons, but since I'm not planning on having him leave the camp just yet, that's not much of an issue. And I think that's all that we need from Astarion at the moment, but we'll go ahead and switch his armor out. Yeah, you can see that I clearly dyed this for Matthias, but he makes it work to a point. Oh, and grease bottle creates a flammable grease surface. Creatures walking on have half their movement speed and can fall prone. I believe I chose the grease spell for him quite well.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Worrying thing to say when you're hanging around a vampire.
Well, hello. What can I do for you? Oh, darling, I'm hurt. I thought we had something special.
We've been talking for all of 5 minutes.
I guess I'll spend my evenings lounging here while you do all the hard work. It sounds awful.
Yeah.
Don't waste a step.
Okay, so Gale is over here. And he has an exclamation mark.
Spare me a moment, if you please. I've something important to discuss with you. We've been traveling together for a while now, and it's just about time that I shared something with you. It's a rather personal matter that I'd have preferred to keep quiet, but needs must when the devil drives. I have no choice but to speak. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly.
What kind of condition?
The specifics are rather personal, but suffice it to say that it is a malady I've learned to live with, and not without some effort. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
Your illness causes you to consume raw magic. I'm gonna need the details. Or, what kind of items are we talking about exactly? What happens if you don't consume the artifacts?
I'll spare you the finer details, but it begins with a simple biological deterioration, muscle spasms, disorientation, a slight ringing in the ears, and, if left for too long, catastrophe. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It's time. And by that I mean, it's imperative that I find and consume strands of weave at the earliest possible juncture.
Okay, so to use the wizard, I have to burn magic items. Where you suggest we find the artifacts?
We've already done the finding. In fact, you have one in your possession.
Oh no.
You know for yourself how hard-won such an item was, and it will be no easier when even more are required to assuage my hunger.
That's
There'll be danger involved.
a weird expression.
Or great cost.
Why we discover those things I barely know. And at the end of all that, I lose a valuable artifact. No thanks. Honestly, that sounds terrible. I see no upside to it. I am a bloody hero.
Splendid. Bit of boldness will serve us well. As luck would have it, you're already primed to give me exactly what I need.
Yeah, persuasion. I can't help just now, or can't help just now. Bear with me, please. Okay. Amulet of Salune's Chosen. Locket. Could have sworn I had more extra gear than this, but...
Thank you. That hit the spot. I can feel it work. The magic, it's like a lullaby that sings to sleep the demon inside. A metaphorical demon, I haste to point out, but no less dangerous. And no less bound to wake up again to continue its ravages. Such is the nature of all monsters.
Perhaps now you'll tell me what all this is in aid of?
Grateful as I am, the course of our camaraderie is much better served by not taking that particular detour. Not just yet. Sincerely, though. I understand I ask a lot from you with few answers in return. But in time, all will be told.
Just so you know, this is the last time part of a valuable item.
My lord, I bow to your boundless kindness. How can I help?
Let's see. I was wondering about that condition of yours. Why does it require magic?
Think of it as tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid invasion. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war. I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body alone.
Yeah, join me, why don't you? There's plenty of adventure to be had.
With pleasure. Lead on. The air is ripe with magic.
Okay, turns out his preferred class is Evocation, aka spells that blow things up. Although we do have the option of changing it at this point. Evocation spells focus elemental energy into powerful attacks and enchantments. Those who specialize in school are known as evokers. Learning evocation spells from scrolls only cost you 25% gold per spell level, not 50. And just for the fun of it, for those of you who aren't D&D players, let's go through the Evermagic schools. Abjuration summons wards, banishes enemies, and nullifies magic, suitable for those who want to defend themselves and others. Necromancy, you walk through the Valley of the Shadow of Death and make lots of friends there. Basically animating the dead, but also healing spells of a sort. Conjuration, compelled by shape and motion, your favorite arcane style involves summoning creatures and objects, as well as displacing them in space. Enchantment, your magic influences, beguiles, and bends the will and conviction of those around you. Divination, you peer through time itself and can sculpt the future, like temporal clay, into a more favorable form. Illusion, you specialize in unraveling and restitching the fabric of reality to fool the unwary, the gullible, and the monstrous. And Transmutation, your innate fascination with the arcane structure of things, has granted you an incredible power over crude matter and its manipulation. I'm going to go with Evocation, because I like the spells what make things blow up. And this gives us a couple of special abilities. Evocation Savant, costs you half as much, and create pockets of safety within your evocation spells. Allies automatically succeeding their saving throws against these spells and take no damage from them. So you can bend the fireball around your friends. Okay, so starting off we've got Burning Hands, Charmed Person, Chromatic Orb, Color Spray, Disguise Self, Expeditious Retreat, False Life, Featherfall, Find Familiar, Ice Knife, Enhanced Sleep, Long Strider, Magic Missile. We're going to go with Magic Missile, great classic wizard spell. And it should also be an evocation to balance this out. I don't think we've got Burning Hands yet, so we'll go ahead. We definitely don't have Ice Knife, so we'll go with that one. Okay. Now we've got level 2 spells. Let's see, Arcane Lock. Or if we're going to stick with the theme, Melf's Acid Arrow is a great one, but I think Sea Invisibility might be incredibly useful because hags love hiding. Okay, so now we get a choice of cantrips. Somehow does not have Acid Splash, so we'll go with that. And Darkness is an evocation. And Flaming Sphere. And finally a feat. Yeah, he's denied the armored one. Spell Sniper. You learn a cantrip and the number you need to roll a critical hit when attacking is reduced by 1. This effect can stack. Let's see, Warcaster. You gain the advantage on the saving throws, maintaining concentration on a spell. You can also use the reaction cast Shocking Grasp at a target moving out of melee range. Your spells ignore resistance to a damage type of your choice. When you cast spells of that type, you cannot roll a 1. Or we can just improve an ability. You earn 2 ritual spells of your choice. Might need that later, but for now, I'm thinking Warcaster. Keep our glass cannon from being thrown off as easily. But talking of all this, let's go ahead and send that to Gale. Learning spells. The students of the Arcane Art Wizards can learn new spells by studying certain spell scrolls instead of using them. I'm going to go ahead and send all the scrolls to Gale. Oh, it looks like there's a darkness scroll in there, so probably should have thought of that ahead of time, but okay, all my scrolls there.
Seek and you shall find me. Let's get going.
Now I'm going to be very careful and save the game right before I start have Gale doing this, because I've heard that it is possible to crash the game by having your wizard learn too many spells. Okay, I think that's all the scrolls. Oh, and I was also going to... send that to Gale as well. There we go. Bracers of defense and a robe of summer. Gains resistance to cold damage. And rather spiffy looking. Oh, but
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
probably will need some money too. So we'll send that to Gale and send him the healing potions, even though I think he had some of his own.
Elminster's not around.
Yeah, he's got 4. But he's a squishy wizard, he probably needs them more, so let's go ahead and... let's see. It's a spell book. Okay, choose an area of your mind to evolve. We had not come to this screen before. Let's see, what did it say the spellbook was again? Well. Spellbook is K, alright. Alright, this so has all my spells. We've got Grease, Sleep, Thunderwave, Magic Missile. Oh, wait.
You have my attention.
Ray of Frost, Acid Splash, Mage Hand, Firebolt. Arcane Recovery, replenish spell slots above combat. You can't restore spell slots above the 5th level. Well, that's handy. Grease, Fog Cloud, Sleep, Thunderwave, Magic Missile, Ice Knife, Mage Armor, Witch Bolt. See Invisibility, Acid Arrow, Flaming Sphere, Darkness. Learn more spells. Looks like it will not let me do gaseous form yet because I'm not high enough level for it, but 16 new spells gained.
With ease.
Top of the world. Okay, so let's see. What spells do I have prepared at the moment? Looks like Witch Bolt, Thunderwave, Mage Hand, Ray of Frost, Mage Armor. Grease, Sleep, Magic Missile, Thunderwave, Mage Armor, Witch Bolt, Melts, Acid Arrow. Definitely a respectable compliment to take with us into battle.
I've got a long road ahead.
And he'll just climb on down there. Alright, well we're coming up on the half-hour mark, and I think we've got our party all fully outfitted. I may need to go swing by the Druid Merchant to pick up a few more magic items just in case Gale gets the munchies. But all in all, a very informative chapter, and I think we're a little bit better prepared to tackle the hag now, at least if everybody rested, and a bit more magic power on our side.
It'll take a while for us all to recover, but you've helped us take the first step, of course.
Let's see, something I'm not going to miss, and Operia's Crown. I did not see this before. When healing another, the wearer regains 1 to 6 hit points. Okay, grabbing that for Shadowheart. Even though that hat does look ridiculously silly. Oh, and more scrolls to speak with dead that weren't here before. And we'll go ahead and take the javelin.
May you keep balance.
Alright, I'll go ahead and keep a hold of the javelin for now, but let's sort by type. And where did that fancy crown go to? Ah, there we go. Send a Shadowheart.
My faith protects me.
Yeah, it definitely does not suit her, but, yeah, an extra healing bonus is an extra healing bonus. So we'll go ahead and stop here for now, and next time we will get on the Trail of the Hag. But thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you have not already. Leave comments if you are so inclined. And I'll see you next time. Take care until then.